Alright everybody, I took her scales, got about 2, maybe 3 coats of true oil on them, but I put the true oil on and then I let it dry, and then I take just steel wool. It's the very fine steel wool, and I steel wool them down in between coats, and then this is what it looks like after I've steel wooled it on the last coat. And I mean, this is no big secret here, I don't guess, but I use a no scratch compound on the buffing wheel, and I'll do this to the overall handle when I get it done. And I just hit this on that buffing wheel with no scratch compound, and it'll be more like a high gloss satin finish, I guess. But I don't really like the wet look after you apply the true oil like on a gun stock. I prefer just more of a satin finish myself. It gives it more depth, I think. And plus, on a knife handle, especially when you're going to use a lot, over time it's going to get gummy and it's just not going to look good. I feel it this way. You let the wood soak the true oil up, and then go over it with the steel wool, and then steel wool it back down to where it's like this, and then you hit it on this. It's more of a warmer look, I guess. I don't really know what I'm trying to explain, but I'll show you. That's really all it takes. Get y'all down here in this natural sunlight and let you see it. Here's what it looks like in the sunlight. Anyways, there's another little tip that I've learned along the way. I'm not going to video gluing up scales and all that, but I may video one more little tip that I do. Carolina Chris was asking, you know, about the fronts of the scales and stuff, and you know, I don't touch the front of these scales again. So I'll show you all what I do during the glue up and everything to take care of that. So we'll pick back up there. Alright, here's my little trick. You can see after I get this glued up, you can see that epoxy squeezing out the front. And to me, this is one of the most crucial things on a handmade knife. I hate seeing any kind of glue. This is just me, but I just hate seeing any kind of epoxy or glue or anything around the front or around the knife anywhere. So I'm pretty anal about getting it cleaned up. So I just use good old acetone because it evaporates really quick, especially because you're going to be getting it on this wood. But I mean, you've got a hardened finish using the true oil, and then this acetone is going to evaporate as soon as it hits it. But I use these little precision tip Q-tips. Just get some acetone on it. Get right down in that corner. And this is it's kind of wasteful, but I don't like turning it around and getting the epoxy all over my fingers, so I just grab another one. But I don't mind buying Q-tips. I'd rather buy Q-tips as to have glue on the front of my scales. Also make sure you get it off the blade. You'll have a little bit on the blade too. Get it all off the blade. I'm gonna go over these scales one more time just to be sure. And then if I still see some, which I see just a little bit right there that the Q-tip didn't get. So I've got this little block, I chisel ground it. Just get me a paper towel, double it over. Some acetone on it, and that'll help you get right down in that little tight area. I think we're good to go. Now I've just got the paper towel taped on the blade. I mean, it's there to keep the epoxy from getting on it, but it's mainly there to keep me from scratching it and handling it while I'm getting these on there. But I always pull it back off, put a little oil on it, because I'm gonna let this sit for 24 hours at least. And these clamps, I mean, I use loveless bolts, so that's gonna hold the scales on. And I use the epoxy. The epoxy is mainly for a moisture barrier, but just because I have these clamps on here don't mean that I've got them cinched down. I mean, I just put them on there just to help hold things the way I want it, and it's just I mean, it's double security that it's holding on. So I'm about all tipped out for today. So next video, I don't really know. I mean, I've showed shaping handles and all that stuff. I'll probably just wait and do a finished video. But I've got another project up my sleeve, I think, and maybe when I do the finished video on this, I'll talk more about my next project video. But thanks everybody for watching. Hopefully this helps somebody.